Right, talking about TV license. I've done a video on the TV license in the past, but I want to do a little deep dive. It's got on my tits. Something's annoyed me. I want to do a little refresher for the people that haven't been listening on the previous videos. And also there's something I want to talk about, which is a different angle now, and it's the over 75's. And there's something regarding that I didn't even know. And I've only learnt about it in the past month, and it's winding me up, and I need to get it off my chest, people. This is what this channel is. It's not me informing you. This is like a shrink. You are my shrink. I just unload onto you. I don't know if it lands. It doesn't matter. As long as it comes off my chest, I feel better, and that's what we're doing. So but first of all, I'm going to dive in and tell you exactly what the TV license is. And a lot of people are like, I don't know what the TV license is. You'll be surprised how many don't. Or granted, these people don't live inside the UK, but like when I stream on the internet, I've got a good followership of Canadians. And when we talk about the TV license, they'll go, sorry, you have to pay money to just be able to receive a signal on your TV. It's the answer of that is, yeah, we kind of do. So in 1949, the bill passed for the BBC to be able to scare us into coughing up our well-earned money to pay them to send us signals. Now, granted, back then there wasn't many channels and they was actually doing all the legwork to put everything down. It made sense back then. But the point is, it's now 2019 and we still are paying for a TV license. So there's hundreds of different channels broadcasting. There's many different ways to actually receive content. You've got on-demand services, Netflix, all these different things. But the BBC are still turning around and saying, you give us £140 a year or we're going to take you to court. And we're going to charge you thousands of pounds. Scaremongering, which is going to be the key word for today. So what's the rules? When do you need a TV license? And on their website, it says originally they come out saying if you installed or used anything that could receive television programming at the same time. But now they've elaborated that and said this includes terrestrial, satellite, cable, or internet. So what they're saying is if you can receive the BBC, you must pay. It's not if you do watch it. So it wouldn't be so bad if they're sending out the BBC signal and you're like, I don't watch that channel anyway. And they're like, okay, you ain't got to pay. Granted, it's going to be very hard to work out when you're watching it, when you're not watching it. But that would be fine. But the point is there's no opt-out. You can't opt out. If you've got an aerial, you will automatically be receiving the BBC. If you're paying for your Virgin package, on that will be the BBC. It's on everything. You can't opt out. And this is my beef with the BBC. When you've got a service like Netflix, they're quite simple. Here's all our content. If you want it, pay us. But we're not going to give it you and then say, oh, you've received it now, pay us. They'll go, you're not getting it until you've paid us. That's how services should work. Now, the BBC can't stop sending, well, they can stop it, but the point is they're sending it out on terrestrial, which makes it incredibly hard for them to put it behind a paywall. That's not our fault. I understand it's hard for them to turn it off per house. That's fair enough. But they've got things like the BBC iPlayer. You can go on that and just watch it for free now. Granted, they've put this hurdle in the way, which is put your email address in. Again, they want you to be scaremonger because now they've got a bit of details about you. Oh, I'm watching the BBC and they know my email address. Maybe I should be buying a TV license. It's all scaremongering tactics. The point is, if they really wanted to actually enforce this law that they've got, all they need to do is just say, here's the BBC iPlayer. When you sign in, we want to know your TV license number. And once it's confirmed that's a legit one, we'll let you in and see the content. They could be doing that, but no, they don't. Because it all falls onto this one thing, the cloud above your head. Maybe I will get caught. Maybe I should pay. Maybe I will end up paying thousands of pounds in court costs if they actually catch me. So it's just this massive scaremongering tactic. And if you don't think it's scaremongering, check this advert out.
There are rather a lot of TV detector vans in this area tonight. New, more powerful vans. If you don't have a license, they'll know just where to look for you. And when you're caught, you can now be fined up to £400. The new TV detector vans, they're in this area now.
So yeah, we have to pay £145 a year for it. And this is just some stats. Last year, they made £5 billion. And 3.8 billion, so 75% of that, was made on the licenses. The other 25% is just made from them selling the shows onto different networks. So let's go on to them, the TV license avoiders. This guy. So regarding the evaders, they've actually said that in 2014, this is the only stats I couldn't get any for last year, they prosecuted 204,000 people. Now, somebody might be like, wait a minute, jurassicjunkie, you said that they don't really catch people. This is the thing. They prosecuted that many people, but this is the person's mistake. Not the BBC catching them, it's the person allowing themselves to be caught. Now, what they do is, as you saw from that advert, they've got the TV vans that can go round and do it. And here's a picture of one of the original TV vans. And what's funny about it is they claim the technology behind this was so cutting edge that they couldn't tell anybody about it. To the point, the army contacted them and says, we don't even have that technology. How the fuck are you doing it? And they went, it's our secret. We are not telling you. AKA, it doesn't really work. It's scaremongering, but it's our secret. So they didn't even tell the army at the time why or how this thing worked. So they've gone on record plenty of times, people that used to work for the TV licensers, and now they've quit and they've actually said, there is no technology. We can't shoot a little thing and go, that channel's receiving BBC right now instead of ITV or something like that. What they do is this very cool piece of technology called eyes and ears. And what they do is they look through your window and see if you're watching a BBC channel, and they listen to see if you're watching a BBC channel. That's how they get you. But more than anything, it's people admitting to it. So they've got a long list of people who aren't paying the TV license. So all they'll do is they'll go into the area, they'll go, right, there's 80 asses that aren't paying, let's knock on the door and scare them. So a van turns up with the TV license on it, ooh, panic. And then they'll knock on the door and they will lie through their teeth telling you that they need to come into the house. No, they don't. They're not the law, they're not the police. They have no right to enter your house unless you invite them in. Now, this is the thing. When somebody comes around, official, showing a name tag, BBC license, oh, it's the law, throwing big words at you, you panic and you be like, okay, come in. I don't really watch the BBC, but yeah, I've got an aerial, but I don't really. Oh, got you, prosecuted. So that's how they get people. And this is a very interesting stat. 70% of the people that don't have a TV license are female. So I don't think that stat means 70% of the females don't pay the TV license. It means the people that the court tend to be female. So if somebody comes knocking on the door, they're like, you're right, mate, I'm sorry, double glazing. And Joe's like, no, go away, I don't want it. Well, I've got a really good deal. They are incredibly pushy. And what Joe's tactic is 1 sec, let me get my husband, he deals with the money, and she goes off, and then I come out and go, fuck off, mate, I don't want any windows, and then they leave. So what it is they go for women because they think they can push them over a lot easier. And granted, there may be more percentage of men. I don't know the percentages, so stop saying, oh, men shouldn't have to work. Men go to work and women raise the babies. This is sex. I'm not talking about that argument. But the point is, it seems very odd that 70% of women choose not to have a TV license, or maybe it's 70% of women are targeted. I think it's the target one. But this is the best thing as well. This is the work. They say, oh, we can sue you up to thousands of pounds, take you to court and all this, like, oh, panic, I best pay this fine, oh, this is horrible, it's scary, or I should just buy a TV licence in the first place. TV licence is £145 a year, okay? You know what the average fine is for a person? 170. Nearly the price of a year. So, just with that, it's better to not pay a TV licence and just go 3 years without one until you get caught. You've still saved yourself 200 quid just by doing that. So, as I said, the problem is they come knocking on your door and they're waiting for you to admit you haven't got a TV license. There's no technology that can catch you, and they're waiting for you to either let them in the house so they can catch it in action, or for you to admit it on your doorstep. That's how they catch you. So, what can you do? Tell them to fuck off. It's simple. This is a person that's not acting on behalf of the law. This is acting on behalf of a company, a very greedy company, that's doing shakedowns. And what they'll do is say, we can come back with the police. And the best thing is, go onto YouTube and just type in arguing with a TV license man, because there's so many great videos. One where a guy actually did it. He had the balls to get a police officer. This poor woman was just walking down the street and he's collared her. Oh, this person won't let me into the house. And the copper really, well, she must have been new or just terrible. But the point is, she turned up, she's like, yeah, you got to let him in. And he went, where? Where does it say I've got to let him in? And then she kind of just went, oh, yeah, I don't know my job, sorry. Because there's nothing to say it. There's only one way they can get in that house, and that's with a court order. So they need to go to the magistrates and show when there's a good reason to believe an offence has been committed and evidence that will say that something will be found on the premises. So they need to write a case about you and give it to the magistrates and say, we want a search warrant, right? They don't really go that far. But even if they wanted to, they need evidence first. Now, where's the evidence come from? You dickhead, because you let him in the house to look at it. So if you just say, no, you're not coming in, there is no evidence to catch. They can say, well, I can see you've got an aerial on there, and don't work. Jobs are good. That's it. That's all you need to say. I'm not going on the roof and ripping it down because it don't work. Stay up there. They can't do anything if you don't say anything. But I'll give you one more step. What I do, I don't pay for a TV licence. And what I do is I phone up the BBC and say, by the way, I'm revoking access to my grounds. You're not allowed on this private property. And they go, okay, because they know that's the law. So I've revoked their access to my land, which means they can't go on the garden to even look. So if someone knocks on my door, Mr. Junkie, have you paid a TV licence? I'll go, oh, it appears you're in my garden, sunshine. Someone's broke the law there because I've revoked access. And then they'll run off and I'll be chasing them with a video camera and making a YouTube video. And so it's very easy to stop them. You phone them up, you say you're not allowed on my land, put the phone down. Jobs are good on. That's all you need to do. When I phoned up as well, there was like, can I ask for your name? No. Well, we need your name. No, you don't. I'm called the occupier. You don't even need my name. I have no right to give you my name. You have no reason that you need it. You just need to know that this address doesn't want you here. Jobs are good on. And ever since, I've never ever had anyone come onto my property, and I'm dying for the day that they do because I want that argument. So there you go. The only way to get caught is to give them evidence. The only way for them to have evidence is to get into your house, which they have no legal right to, so just say no. And revoke access so they can't get on the land. So, what's this big problem? Why am I so pissed off? Well, two things. One, the thing that really bugs me is people are like, oh, you've got to pay though, haven't you? Because the BBC make great shows and without the funding, they won't be able to do it. Adapt. Everybody else is making shows and they don't get this free funding. So it's possible to do it, isn't it? So if we stop paying the TV licence, it would force the BBC to adapt, put adverts on, get funding from elsewhere, all the different possibilities. It's their job, not ours, to work that problem out. Fuck them. But anyway, the thing that bugs me is they like, yes, we've taken your money and we've made this great show. Cool. Give me a good show from the BBC. Oh, Dr. Foster, Junkie. Have you seen Dr. Foster? No, I haven't. Sounds like it's a good show. Let me just have a look on my IMDb. Ooh, that does look like a good show. Very good ratings. I know. I'll watch it. I'll watch it on BBC iPlayer. I could be a person paying for my TV licence. Well, I've paid my 140 quid. Let's see what my 140 quid gets me. Let's go on the BBC's website and have a look at Dr. Foster. Oh, okay. They've taken my money and they've made a show and they're not putting it on BBC iPlayer. Oh, okay. Where can I find it then? Oh, I need to go to Netflix and pay fucking $9.99 to Netflix to watch a show that I funded with the BBC. So this is what does my head in. They take our money, they make the shows and they sell it on to other networks and then they show it. So... I'm stopping right now because I'm about to explode. It bugs the tits out of me. But I want to come to the big problem at the moment, and it's the over 75's. Now, originally, I had the mindset of over 75's don't have to pay a TV licence. I was like, cool, that's good of you, BBC. I appreciate that you're not charging the older people, because for some people, it's their window into the world. They can't get out much, or they obviously retired, so they spend quite a lot of time at home. So watching the BBC News, listening to radio, because it funds all those, are great things that people over 75 can enjoy, and the BBC's not charging them. That's good. The problem is that's wrong. They are charging them. They're charging the government. I thought the BBC was nice enough not to shake down 75-year-olds. No, I was wrong. They shook the government down. They've said, oh, we'll give a free TV licence to the over 75s. Well, what we'll do is we'll tally it up, work out how much the over 75s owe us, then we'll send you the bill, the government, and you can fucking pay it. So, old Clever Clogs here, I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying for a TV licence. I bloody am. My tax is paying for the over 75s to be able to watch the BBC. So they're getting me that way. So even if you avoid it, they still sting you on it. And this is the problem. A lot of people are now outraged. Oh yeah, I can't believe this is happening. The government should pay for it. No, they fucking shouldn't. This is what's happening at the moment. £745 million is being handed yearly from the government to pay for the over 75s. And the problem is, a poll is being put out. Again, how much the data is correct, I don't know, but they're saying 40% of over 75s will have to cut back either on their food or heating to be able to pay this new £140 TV licence if they're forced to. So people are complaining, oh, the government should pay this, the government should pay this. I'm not saying over 75-year-olds should be paying for it. Realign your target. Stop looking at the government and saying the government should be paying it, and fucking get your pitchforks, turn a little bit this way, and have the TV licence, the BBC, as your target. If you think an over 75-year-old should get a free TV licence, demand that the BBC give it for free. Don't say the government should pay the BBC. They shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. This is the thing I only learnt about last month, and it's driving me nuts. We should say to the BBC, stop fucking charging them. It's only 17% of their actual income is from over 75s. So it means they're going to lose 70% of the revenue. I don't give a fuck. You're selling your shows to to Netflix, so I can't even watch the shows if I was a TV license payer, or even if I wasn't, and I magically ended up putting an app on my phone to watch it. Not saying I do, because that sounds like that would be naughty. But the point is, it's done. They can take a 17% hit, no problem. They're making $5 billion a year they're making, and they're worried about dropping 17%. Granted, that's quite a lot of 17%. It's a big old cut, but I'm sure you can take it. I'm sure you could do it. So what is to take away from this video? The TV license is fucking dumb. It needs to be scrapped, period. Because the problem is, they've got this running until 2027. This is when this entire scam shakedown deal ends. But the point is, when 2027 comes, it'll probably get renewed for another 100 years. No problem about that. So one, we should just not be paying it in the first place. But we know we're not going to be able to click our fingers and that won't happen. So what do we have to do? The thing that we can do with everybody, affect their money. The second that we affect their incoming money, they realign and change. So stop paying for your TV license. The second you stop paying, if we all stop paying, they'll be like, oh fuck, no one's paying. And we can't take the entire England to court. And even if we did, they've all watched Junkie's video and they're all wise to us now. They all know when you open that door, go, fuck off mate, shut the door. If they come knocking on the looking through the windows and they knock on the door, go, oh, I could see that you're watching a BBC programme, just turn around to him and go, actually I was masturbating and you've just said that you was looking through the window. He'll be gone out your garden. He don't want that argument. Oh, alright, run away. Embarrass yourself just to get him off your land. Don't worry about it. So yeah, we shouldn't be paying it. Stop paying. The second that they go, right, we've lost $5 billion this year because everyone's watched Jurassic Junkie, damn him, but he is sexy and he has a nice beard. They'll go, right, how else are we going to start getting in some money? That's their problem, don't worry about it. I ain't got to tell you how they're going to do it. I'll just give you a clue. The same way everyone else is doing it. That's all they need to do. Follow everybody else. Or charges. I wouldn't even mind if the BBC iPlayer had a subscription charge on it. And it was like, oh, you can watch everything on here for $5.99. Because I tell you now, once a year or twice a year, I'll pay that. Because I kind of always have Netflix on the go. It's my go-to. But then all the other ones like Now TV and things like that, what I do is I buy it for a month, I binge all the content, I cancel it. Then it comes again where they've got some more good shows on it, I pay and I binge. I don't mind doing that with the BBC. I'm always down for actually paying for something, but what I'm not down for is paying for something you can't opt out of. It's the biggest shakedown ever. If you can receive their content, you must pay. Well, everybody's got a smartphone, laptop, tablet, we're all wired up now. So it means everyone has access to it. That's like me saying, I've just launched my website, jurassicjunkie.com, and I'm going to say that you now owe me £145 a year if you've got access to it. Oh, well, you can't enforce that. No, I can't. That's right. But I'll be able to write some bullshit legislation and then knock on people's door and go, but are you watching jurassicjunkie.com? Well, yeah, gotcha, you admitted it, taking you to court. That's all it is. It's a fucking shakedown. So stop paying, seriously, stop paying. Can't stress that enough. Stop paying for the TV licence. As you've seen, even if you get caught, all you're going to be charged is £170. And the only reason you're going to get caught is because you're daft. But you're not daft now, are you? No. You've watched this video. You've been tooled up. You know what to say. That. You just do that when you open the door. Say, get off my land. Even if you can't be asked to phone him up and revoke access to your land, it doesn't matter. When he knocks on the door, tell him that you have. He's not going to question it. Oh, okay, sorry. What he's after is that crack. Little crack. The hesitance. Second that you start faltering like that is a window. This is an easy one to crack. Watch this. Well, you got TV aerial there and I can hear. Well, I think you're going to go to prison. 20 years. Oh, sorry, just come in. Just please don't hurt me. No, fucking have that armour on. Go, come here. You get here. You want to come here? Come here. I'll show you something that you can report back. Don't hit him. Never said hit him. But the point is, show him off. That's what you need to do. Stop paying. Show him off. And if you feel bad for the over 75's, demand the BBC foot the bill and not our government. How much was it? I forgot. There was that many stats. How much are they paying? 745 million the government's paying. That could go to the NHS. But instead we're giving it the greedy fat cats that are overpaying the staff. That's a bit wrong. That's really wrong. So, I'm going to leave you there. Got it off my chest. Feel good. It's nice to get a rant out. I tell you now, if you feel like things bottle up inside you, grab a camera, talk to it. You ain't even got to upload it. You ain't even got to have any, I was going to say any film in it. Aren't I old? You got any filming camera? You got some film? You're going to get it developed later? Dan Jessup, see how I am. Oh, God, I'm old. I'm done. I'm off. Talk to the camera. Feels good. Stop paying that. And also, sod the BBC. They're dirty people. And anyway, they're only going to go and sell their content off to Netflix anyway, so you might as well just buy a Netflix subscription. And did you know, the top-end Netflix subscription, $9.99 for the Ultra HD 4K Super Duper Duper package. It's $9.99. What's that work out times 12? Yeah. Dude, $9.99. £120 a year-ish, I think. So, it's cheaper than the BBC. Netflix is way better than the BBC. Pay for that. Don't fucking pay for that. Hope you like my pink shirt. Joe picked out. She says I look quite fetching in it. I like to call it salmon. It's a bit more manly. Oh my God! Stereotypes. He said manly, saying that pink can't be associated. What do you mean pink can't be associated? I bloody love pink. Look at this. Pink here. Pink there. Oh, that's a bit black. That's pink. I love a bit pink, me. I've got my pink socks on. No, I've got my yellow socks on today, but still, I normally have my pink socks on. So yeah, pink can be for men too. Salmon. Pink. Oh, I'm off. I don't know what happens on these videos anymore. I just start on a topic and next minute I'm talking about pink. I'm all over the shop. This is what I'm like when I live stream. If you ever want to see me live streaming, my God, is they wild. Last night we tried to play a zombie game. I ended up telling you how much I hated Sona for a very long time. It's tiresome on me, let alone you. I'm off.